What's going on, Shady People? ShadyPenguinn here, welcoming you back to another episode of Shady VGC, where we hop on Battle Spot and play VGC style battles. So we're bringing back our team with Slaking, Kecleon, Gastrodon, Electros, Metagross, and Typhlosion. If you missed the last episode, check out the playlist in the description. But we're going to jump right into this. We will have two battles today. We are currently 1 loss and 1 win with this team. I would like to somehow manage to get 4 wins with this team total throughout this session. It would be really, really cool if we can manage that. If not, no big deal. We know that this is a not meta team. It is not standard, and I'm having fun with it. The Kecleon Slaking combination is interesting and definitely difficult to pull off. We're going to try to get that pulled off in this episode if the matchup allows it to happen. We're going to see my opponent bring the Bisharp, Salamence, Arcanine, Conkeldurr, Suicune, and Sylveon. So super standard team. I will not be bringing Slaking Kecleon because he's got like 2 Intimidators. It's not a good time for physical attackers. So in fact, I think I'm going to open up with Electros because I really like Electros. And Typhlosion does not look too good in this matchup, in my opinion. It does have the flamethrower for the Bisharp, but Gastrodon could take care of that. Electros could take care of that. There are other options. I think I might bring the Slaking in the back just for that end game like destruction. Because right now I'm not sure who I want to lead with Electros. I could see me leading Gastrodon because it hits a lot of things on my opponent's team. I'm going to bring the Metagross for that Sylveon. I kind of have to. In fact, I might have to lead with it, but I'm not going to because the Intimidators, like I had stated. And for our last Mon, it's a toss-up. It is definitely a toss-up, but I think I'm going to go ahead and bring the Slaking. I'm going to bring the Slaking just in the back, fire off an EQ. We can see my opponent has a Metagross and an Arcanine that would really not appreciate that EQ. So we'll see how it goes. The Slaking's role is definitely interesting. Bringing it without the skill swap on the Kecleon is kind of rough, but you know, we're gonna see if the King Slack can slack. So he brought double Intimidate out. I wish I had a Milotic or a Bisharp on this team. I wish, because we're gonna see the Intimidate from the Arcanine first, which is interesting. And then from the Salamence. No, I cannot read foreign languages. I was looking at the end character of the name, which is a good tip. So the Arcanine is actually faster than the Salamence. So that's definitely interesting to note. I think I'm just going to Volt Switch on the Arcanine slot, dealing a good amount of damage. Actually, no, I'm not going to Volt Switch. I'm going to Thunderbolt. I really want to Volt Switch. I'm going to Volt Switch on the Arcanine slot, and then I am going to Ice Beam the Salamence. I do think there's a good chance the Salamence is going to protect. It's going to Mega Evolve. I could definitely see it protecting, but I don't want to go full gusto on that when the Arcanine could just as easily protect. So we're going to see the Salamence protect. Salamence protect. And the Snarl from the Arcanine is going to come through. So a really solid set by my opponent. It's going to be the Intimidate to stop any physical attackers from both of those mons, and then the Snarl to lower special attackers. Really, really good. Had I doubled up on the Arcanine, we would have had a really solid chance of winning this game. Unfortunately, though, that is not the case. And I think I have to bust out the big guns. I think I have to go right out into Slaking. I think I have to go onto the Slaking and attempt to one-shot a Mega Salamence. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I don't think that's going to be a thing at all. One of the Intimidate's gone, though, and with... you know what? What if I just return on the Arcanine, and I still Ice Beam? Even though I'm at -1, I think an Ice Beam might pick up the KO, because I am max special attack. So I think the Gastrodon might be able to pick up the KO with an Ice Beam. I'm going for the return on the Arcanine, kind of expecting him to switch to preserve the Intimidate now that he sees I have a Slaking. But he's not going to switch. He's just going to fire off a Hyper Voice, which is going to do a lot to both my Mons. And we're going to see a Will-O-Wisp from the Arcanine connect up to Slaking, and that's going to make Slaking entirely useless. Entirely useless. Just kidding, Lumberry! I keep forgetting about it, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna return on the Arcanine. I am max happiness, so it is going to drop the Arcanine to the ground. Goodbye, little pup. And this Ice Beam should do a good amount. Even though -1 special attack, it is going to do a solid amount. I can appreciate that damage. I can appreciate it. Now, it's unfortunate that it did not take it out. It's very unfortunate it did not take it out. And our Slaking is definitely slacking right now. And this Hyper Voice combination is going to be the end of me, without a doubt. I mean, granted, I do have the Metagross in the back, which is fun. but the Slaking's gonna go down here, and the Gastrodon's gonna go down as well. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb the Sylveon, kind of hoping that the Salamence protects for no reason, but it's not going to. They're just gonna double Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice team is really, really, really strong. Really strong. In fact, I might want to bring that. I had mentioned it last episode. If you talk about Gardevoir, you have Gardevoir, Sylveon, and Salamence just hyper voicing away. Hyper voicing away. It'd be a really, really cool team to bring. I'm going to pop the Metagross in front of Sylveon to kind of scare him, and then we're going to bring the Electros out. So we can't really go for Volt Switches anymore. We got to go for Thunderbolts. And I think who's more likely to protect? The Salamence is more likely to protect. So I will go for a Thunderbolt on the Sylveon, and I will then proceed to, I wonder if I Meteor Mash. I don't outspeed, but I do resist. So you know, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. We're gonna go ahead, actually, you know what? No, we're fine. Let's Thunderbolt the Salamence slot, and let's Meteor Mash the Sylveon slot. Because the Sylveon, whoa! For some reason, I didn't see that coming, and that's probably gonna take me out because the Mega Salamence and an Electros, I am gonna live on 20, which is shocking. So Meteor Mash is gonna miss! That's it, that was the game. Oh my gosh! Yo, if Meteor Mash connected, we had a real good chance of winning that. Oh, that's smarts, man, that smarts a lot. Oh my gosh! Meteor Mash would have one-shotted. I could have Bullet Punched the Salamence at any time. Wow. All right, I'm gonna Meteor Mash. I'm gonna Meteor Mash the Sylveon again. And we're gonna see a Fire Blast come through. -2 special attack though. It does connect, which has a less chance of connecting, by the way, than the Meteor Mash. The Meteor Mash is gonna connect this time, so we're gonna take the Sylveon out, at least decreasing the score a little bit. But man, that first miss, Electros would have still been around. I could have Bullet Punched the Salamence on the following turn. Oh goodness, wow. Admittedly, I should have just protected on that turn right there. But we're gonna see what my opponent's last mon is. It is gonna be the Bisharp, which is gonna pretty much seal the deal for my opponent. I have nothing to take that thing out. I'm just gonna Bullet Punch the Salamence, but he's gonna get a Sucker Punch off, and that is gonna be the game. So that Meteor Mash potentially mattered a little bit, but the Bisharp kind of rounded out his team really, really well. The Electros did have the Flamethrower for him, but Electros would have been at 20 HP, and I'm sure he would have Sucker Punched my Electros, leaving my Metagross to try to 1v1 a Bisharp, which would have been impossible. So we did lose the first game of today, but we're going to go in for the second one right now. My faux pas right there was bringing the Slaking in general. Bringing the Slaking was not a good idea, although the Lumberry, I mean, it doesn't matter because you only got one attack off. So Lumberry is really pointless unless you're bringing the Kecleon as well. So we've learned now halfway through the session that don't even bother bringing Slaking unless you're bringing Kecleon, which makes perfect sense, of course, but still it's just a little disappointing that one mon has to so heavily rely on the other. But we're gonna see, we're in another double battle against someone that we don't know how to say their name. We got a Kangaskhan, Garchomp, Talonflame, Rotom Wash, Aegislash, and Sylveon. So super tough team to go up against. Really tough team to go up against. I'm gonna go ahead and open up Kecleon Electros because I really like that lead. Then I have to bring the Metagross. And it looks like this time around, I'm gonna be bringing the Typhlosion. Even with that Garchomp though, no, we can't. I'm sorry, Typhlosion. You gotta wait till the third episode, Typhlosion. We're going Gastrodon again. So I really want to bring the Kecleon just because, you know what? It's pointless to bring the Kecleon because the Kangaskhan can fake out. The Kangaskhan can fake out faster than you can fake out Kecleon. I would love to swap Parental Bond. I really would. It would be cool. It would be fantastic. I don't see it happening. But we're going to try to get a little bit of skill swappage going on here. Even if the Slaking's not the target, if I can get a Parental Bond, Metagross, Bullet Punches going off, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy cat. Zen Headbutts. It's possible, man. It's possible. It's totally possible. It's not possible. It's not gonna happen. It's all right. That last battle, I'm a little disappointed that we lost. I really feel like I could have won that one. Between not Earth Powering the Arcanine turn 1 and just Slaking being around. Oh, that Zen Head. I mean, I don't think the Meteor Mash mattered that much anymore, but still, it just smarts a little bit. You know, it just smarts because there's a chance that he would have Sucker Punched the Metagross and it would have lived because it wouldn't have taken extra damage from other things. I don't think it would have lived, but it's max HP. It could have. So my opponent opens up Talonflame Kangaskhan, very common lead, definitely. I will fake out the Talonflame on the off chance that I can actually get it off, and then I will Volt Switch. I will Volt Switch the Kangaskhan slot because I think there's a slight chance, and I think I just made a mistake, but I think there's a slight chance that this Talonflame is going to switch out to the Garchomp, predicting an electric type move. So I'm going to Volt Switch the Kangaskhan. Could be an over prediction. Yes, it could be. I think it could be very well. But we're going to see the Talonflame switch out right now, and that stinks because our Kecleon's going to waste its Focus Sash. Because of course there comes the, oh, okay, there comes the Sylveon. So not seeing a Garchomp, not seeing a Garchomp. I'm kind of hoping that the Kangaskhan fake outed my Kecleon and nothing else. That would be really awesome if they could do that. It's going to fake out the Kecleon. So I'm going to take a butt ton of damage from that, of course. And the Sylveon is going to be a bit of a problem. But fortunately, we are Volt Switching, which for me is a good thing. Because that Volt Switch does so much damage, which is going to allow me to bring my Metagross in to scare out this Sylveon like nobody's business. And we already know that I outspeed Sylveons unless he's Choice Scarfed. I don't know, man. I should be outspeeding Sylveon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Shadow Sneak the... I want to Shadow Sneak predicting a Power Up Punch or something onto Kecleon. That's the thing. But I don't think he will. Yeah, he will. Will he? I'm going to Shadow Sneak the Sylveon slot just because I think there's a possibility. And then I'm going to Meteor Mash the Sylveon slot as well. Was that Sylveon going for Detect? Oh my goodness! I just got Pro Played. Is that going to be an Earthquake Kangaskhan? Double Edge. It doesn't affect Kecleon. That's all I wanted. All right, awesome. All right, so that's fantastic. That's really fantastic. Now that that's happened, part of me really wants to try to. I'm gonna try to skill swap the Kangaskhan. I'm just gonna try it. And I'm gonna Meteor Mash the Sylveon slot. Still, he's gonna withdraw the Sylveon. Kind of obvious, but I don't want to play on that. Predictable play just because it's a little risky business. The Aegislash is going to come out and the Sucker Punch is going to fail. Oh my goodness. Wow. We're getting a little lucky. I will admit Meteor Mash does relatively nothing. We're going to skill swap right now. Taking that Parental Bond. Just taking it. We're just going to take the whole thing. Give it all to me. I'm taking the entirety of it. And I mean, he has Protean now, which will change his type. You know, that's kind of scary, I guess. But it's not as scary as Parental Bond. And now I have Parental Bond. So the question is, will he go for Sucker Punch again on the Kecleon? I feel like he will. No, I feel like he'll Sucker Punch the Metagross now. All right, I'm going to take a pretty big risk here. I'm going to Sucker Punch the Aegislash, and I'm going to protect with the Metagross. I'm expecting his Kangaskhan to target down the Metagross. This is such a big risk. Oh, I love this battle right now. I love it. Metagross. Oh, wait, he's Protean? Does it fail? No, he went after the Kecleon. Oh, I should have switched out. I should have switched out. That was my fault. Entirely. We're going to see a stance change here. And I definitely have big regrets about what I just did. Because I could have passed. I could have done... There was no way for me to skill swap. I wonder if you can skill swap... Aegislash to stop it from changing forms. I feel like you should be able to somehow. I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and go into Gastrodon here. Now this is unfortunate. Oh no! Come on, that was such a good battle. No! Oh man. Well, we just had what was such a cool battle, but it wasn't that far in. It was probably 4 turns, but I was able to get Parental Bond off of Mega Kangaskhan at the cost of giving it Protean, and then the opponent DC'd. Ah! All right, we're jumping in for the second match of this episode. My opponent is bringing Amistar, Garchomp, Aegislash, Hydreigon, Gliscor, and Altaria. So we can see that being a Mega Altaria. Definitely, let me just change my lighting on the webcam because it's getting a little bright outside now. We're going to go ahead and we are going to bring... Gastrodon has to come because of all those ice weaknesses without a doubt. Electros... I think I'm going to open up Gastrodon and Typhlosion. I'm going to bring Metagross and... You know, we'll bring the Electros. We just got to be careful because he's got 2 ground types. So we got to be careful with our Volt Switching and Thunderbolting. It's not going to be a good time if we try to spam those. So Shadow Wolf is our second and final opponent for this episode. Really unfortunate that that happened. Really unfortunate that DC happened. I was really enjoying that match. I was literally smiling. All right, so we open up... my opponent opens up double ground type. So definitely an interesting opening. I do have the air balloon, so I don't gotta worry too much about EQs. I will go for the Ice Beam on the Garchomp, expecting the Gliscor to protect, and I'm going to hard switch my Typhlosion out for the Metagross, kind of expecting a Rock Slide from that Garchomp, not an EQ. Kind of expecting that Rock Slide. Just because he saw the air balloon. So I'm really thinking that a Rock Slide is coming. The Ice Beam should take the Garchomp out, no problem. Garchomp goes for the Rock Slide. The Gliscor did not protect, which scares me a little bit. Because we might see an EQ from that Oh, we're gonna see Toxic from the Gliscor onto the Gastrodon. Wow, interesting, okay. So Gastrodon's gonna get poisoned and Ice Beam is gonna come through on the Garchomp, should definitely one-shot. A max special attack, modest, so it's definitely gonna take that Garchomp down to its knees. And we have a Metagross in here. So, not bad. We saved our Typhlosion's air balloon. We also did not get hit with the super effective damage. It was a win-win on that switch, definitely solid. And we're gonna see the Poison Gliscor come through. I'm gonna go ahead and already kind of preemptively predict this Gliscor to protect because it does see the Ice Beam from the Gastrodon. So he's gonna go out into the Altaria, another Pokemon that's weak to Ice, and if it Mega Evolves, weak to Steel. So we're gonna go for the Ice Beam on the Altaria, and I am going to actually Bullet Punch the Altaria, really expecting it to Mega Evolve. So we're gonna see the Mega Evolution here. It's gonna get Dragon Fairy typing. Does Dragon resist Steel? No, I think Steel resists Dragon, because like in olden times you'd have a sword and a shield and you'd fight the dragons as if that's actually real. Bullet Punch should come through and pretty much, okay, that's super effective, but it doesn't do much. Gliscor's gonna go for the Toxic on the Metagross. Okay, so this is not a very good battle. This is not a very good battle. Man, we had such a good battle before too. I mean, we still have a chance to lose, even though he just tried to, maybe he predicted a switch. Potentially predicted a switch. We can call it that. The Ice Beam is going to finish up the Altaria. I'm not too worried about that Gliscor at all, as you guys can see. It's not really on my mind. My opponent could have not Mega Evolved and gone for the EQ, taking out the Metagross with the Gliscor if the Gliscor has attack investment, and my face just keeps getting brighter and brighter as the sun comes out. Why? Why are you coming out now, sun? You were cloudy all day, and now you will be bright. My face looks red. Amistar is going to be my opponent's last Pokemon, so it does... Oh, shiny. Oh, I've never seen a shiny Amistar. Turned down for what? I'm going to go ahead and go for the Ice Beam on the Gliscor at this point, and I think we're just going to go for a simple Zen Headbutt on the Amistar. Both Meteor Mash and Zen Headbutt are neutral. Zen Headbutt has a chance to flinch, so I'm going to go ahead and say that's the better move. The Gliscor is actually going to X-Search the Metagross, doing absolutely nothing, and we're going to see a Shell Smash from the Omastar. So this battle was pretty much, let's work our way up the ladder. Let's do that. That's pretty much what we saw in this battle. Really unfortunate. Oh, man. Really unfortunate that the DC happened in the last battle. We're going to Zen Headbutt this Omastar. Its defenses go back to normal. It's true. But I'm not too worried about it because this Ice Beam is going to one-shot the Gliscor, and now we have a 4-on-1 match, and that should pretty much be an easy-peasy lemon-squeezy win. I apologize if this battle wasn't as competitive as previous battles, but we will have one more episode with this team, so hopefully we can get 2 competitive battles in with this team. It doesn't look like we'll ever actually get the Slaking combo off that you guys originally wanted to see. I do apologize for that. It is a bit unfortunate. I could protect the Metagross, but I'm just going to Bullet Punch. It's neutral. It's a neutral Bullet Punch. It should still hurt a little bit. It's not a 2-hit KO, and we're going to see Hidden Power Grass onto the Gastrodon. I can respect that. I can respect the fact that he's running Hidden Power Grass. Beautiful play. Beautiful. I could have gone for a Meteor Mash and finished them up, but instead... I didn't think about the hidden power. But we do have Electros, we do have Typhlosion in the back. I should have just sent out Typhlosion just because, but he is Shell Smash, so he is fast. He's definitely a fast mon. We're gonna go for the Thunderbolt right here. Actually, no, go for the Giga Drain, super effective. ×4, even so. So we'll go for another Bullet Punch here because if he decides to leave the Metagross in the field, 3 Bullet Punches finishes, well, 2 more Bullet Punches finishes him up. And if he goes for the Surf, like that, we could be in a bit of trouble. If the Electros does live, so we're fine. We actually potentially could have just lost there after I was saying this is not a competitive match. Had he critted my Electros, he just won. Crazy, yo, crazy. That's what I love about Pokemon. You never really know what's gonna happen, despite what you might think a team preview. So that's gonna be 1 loss and 1 win again for us with this team. So we'd have to get a double win in the next episode in order to make sure that we get 4 wins like I originally wanted. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to touch that thumb down below. It needs you loving. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.